swiftly on.
Right guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Now it's been so long since I've done one of these that I have kind of forgotten how to talk to a camera, so you might have to bear with me on this one. But we're going to have a look at how to draw Toothless from How to Train a Dragon. So if you're interested in learning how to draw this, stick around. Let's get drawing. Right then, so let's have a go at drawing Toothless. Now this is only the second time I've tried to draw Toothless, so you might have to bear with me on this one. So we're going to start as usual with the head. My head's going to be over here, and we're going to start as we do with pretty much any animal we draw, with a circle for the head. Don't make it too big, because if you make it too big you're never going to fit the body in and the wings. So in fact I'm going to start a little bit lower than that, because otherwise I won't get my wings in. So we'll start down here. That is going to be about my head shape. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle at all, does not matter, as long as you've got somewhere to start from. So from there we're going to draw the nose, so we're going to come out this way. So we're going to start by drawing a triangle coming out of the circle like that. Remember, everything that you're drawing, especially this early on, needs to be soft lines. You need to be able to rub them out really easy if you're making mistakes, and also because we're not going to want the circle and the triangle by the time we've finished. So our next step is going to be to link this circle here into the triangle, but we're not going to make it pointy then like this. We want it to be rounded, because the end of Toothless nose isn't pointy. So we're going to go to here, and instead of following this line here, we're going to just go top, and when we get to near the point of the triangle, we're going to just curve down, and it's going to give us the shape of the top of the head like that. And I might make it come down ever so slightly further than that. And then from here we're going to do the mouth. So the mouth is going to be open, and we're going to start here. I'm going to aim to come back to probably about here. Yeah, so we're going to start here, we're going to curve back to there. And that will be our mouth, or the top half of our mouth. I'm just going to change the pencils because I wasn't liking that one. So that will be the top of our mouth, and this one's not any better. Nope, no, it's going too long. So that is going to be the top of our mouth. Then below we're going to follow this curve, but we're going to aim for about here. So we're going to follow it, start here, follow it, but we're also going to come away from it. But we're going for the same sort of curve, like that. And then when we get to here, we're just going to draw a line up to the mouth, because that is going to be the bottom part of the jaw. So in there is going to be the mouth. In fact, I actually want it to come out a little bit further than that, so we'll just correct that. Slightly better, I think. And then we're going to do the bottom of the jaw. So the bottom of the jaw, we're going to start here, and we're going to curve a line back to the bottom of the circle here. So we're going to curve like that until we hit the bottom of this circle, and that's going to be our kind of basic head mouth shape. And we're going to put the eye in now, because the eye kind of helps you work out where everything else is. Now your eye is going to be on this curve here. So this curve of the circle that we've put in, it's pretty much going to sit exactly on top of that. So I'm going to draw the bottom of where my eye is going to be, which is there. And then from here, I'm going to draw a curved line like that. So it's almost like a triangle shape, this eye, but not quite. And then just above it, I'm going to extend it like that. I'm fairly happy with that, and then I'm just going to draw the middle of the eye as well, which is going to be like that. And do the time that where the light's going to touch it. There you go. Now let's put a nostril on. So just here, I'm just going to draw like a little, almost like a little speech mark. You know what a speech mark is? If not, pretty much a 9, like that. Right, so that's the front of our head pretty much done. So we're going to have a look at what the back of the head here looks like. So for the back of the head, we're going to carry on this line here, but it's not going to carry on round, it's going to go up, because we're basically going to add some cool spikes onto it. So here, we're going to go up like this, and then we're going to add a little spike like that, and then we're going to add another one like that. It doesn't really matter how you do these spikes, you can kind of do them however you fancy. This one here, I'm going to do a rather large one here. The main thing is that you make sure your spikes are starting from where this curved line is and going out. And then keep following around like that. Another one there. Like I said, this doesn't really matter how you do these, as long as they're going away from the eye, really. And I'm going to do 2 little ones there. I might change these later on if I don't think they look right. But for now, so I'm pretty happy with those. And that's kind of the back of the head pretty much done. All these lines eventually will rub out. Now along the bridge of his nose, so that's this bit here, so the sort of bridge of his head, bridge of his nose, top of his head, whatever you want to call it, has these little spikes. I'm going to do 5 of them, I think, across the bridge of his nose. And I'm also, whilst we're on this end, I'm just going to add his tooth, one of his teeth here. Just a little tooth, just to hint at the fact that it's got teeth. And I might put another one there. Then inside his mouth, I'm going to draw a tongue, which is pretty much just going to be a triangle. Can't really see it very well at the moment, but you will do later on. And that is pretty much our head finished, as I've said. We're just going to go and just rub out this curved line here. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do here. So here, we're just going to hint at the fact that he's got some more spikes on the side of his head. So here, we're just going to draw some little sort of spikes that hint at spikes or scales or something like that. You don't want too many of them, just a few. And also on the top of the head, I'm just going to do some random scaly looking shapes. Again, sort of just a hint that he's got scales. Like that, and that is his head done. I might actually do a little tooth there and there as well. Yeah, that looks good. And that is our head pretty much finished. Doesn't look quite right at the moment, mainly because we don't have a body. Okay, so now we're going to look at making the body. So for the body, we're going to need to draw a circle. Now the circle needs to be just a little bit back from the head, but it needs to be slightly bigger than the head. Not massive, but slightly bigger. So I'll draw a circle like that. And that's going to be where my body's going to be. Maybe even slightly closer actually. Not quite got that where I wanted. Mistakes are all part of drawing. It's half why we do soft lines, so that we can rub them out if they go wrong. If you do hard lines, it's really hard to rub them out without making it look a little bit messy. So to join these together, we're going to start here at the bottom of the jaw, and we're going to draw a line to the bottom of this circle. Now it's got to be a curved line. We don't want a straight line, but a curved line because we're basically doing a neck here. So we're going to curve it up and then down into the circle like that. So you draw a nice curve down into it. And then on the top, doing something very similar. So we're going to follow this line of the curve and we're going to aim for where the top of the head is. So the head is going to curve down like that. And that is our neck. I probably should have made that spike a little bit bigger, I think. But yeah, so we're going to curve up into there. Now we're going to do the rest of the body. And for the rest of the body, we're not going to draw any more circles because it pretty much what we call tapers off. So it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller until the tail. So all we're going to do is we're going to start with the bottom line. So this bottom line, so that where his belly would be, we're going to follow this line. So we're going to carry this line on, and we're going to go across for a little bit, and then we're going to curve down to where the tail would end, and then we're going to stop like that. Now this is quite a difficult line to do because it's a long curved line. It's quite hard to do without ending up with straight bits. It doesn't want to be quite that way, I don't think. There. So don't worry, this line doesn't look perfect. As you can see, I've got to go over it quite a few times to get it how I'm wanting. I'm pretty happy with that. And then now we've got to sort of this top line. So this is obviously his back. And what we're going to do is we're going to start here and we're going to aim for down here. But when we get down here, we need to meet the end and touch the end. So it needs to get slightly thicker, 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 thicker until it meets here. Or if you're starting from the top, it needs to get thinner, 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 thinner until you get there. Now you don't want it to be a straight line. You don't want to just go straight down there because this is his back and he's not got a straight back. So you want to follow this line and the same curves but make it smaller until you get to the bottom. So we're going to follow it. Make it smaller, thinner, sorry, thinner, thinner, thinner until it's at a point at the end. Now it might take you a couple of goes to get that like that. I think I'm fairly happy with that. But do have a couple of goes and make sure it's looking right. It's quite important to the overall sort of shape of the dragon, really. Pretty happy with that, I think. So I'm ready to move on to looking at the arms. So our arms, obviously there's going to be one on this side and one's going to be on the other side that we're only going to see a little bit of. So we're going to do the one on this side first, and the one on this side is going to start where this circle is. So where this circle is, I'm going to draw from here, going backwards this way. I'm going to just draw a line like that. And then above it, it's a slightly curved line, and above it we're going to leave a little gap because this is how thick his arm's going to be. We're going to draw another curved line like that. And then obviously they're not meeting, as you can see there, we've not made them meet, they don't want them to come together. And then from here we're going to go straight down the curve outline, straight down, and then we're going to stop when we've got a little bit off the body, like that. And here I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to stop about the same place. This is going to be basically his arm, and on the bottom all we're going to do is just join up like that. And that's going to be the shape of his arm. On the end of his arm, obviously there'll be his paw, and we're going to stick some claws in it. So we're going to have one going out that way. These are pretty much just little spiky triangles. One going out that way. We have another one going out this way, and we'll have one going out forwards. Now, I do have to say that the weak weakest part, one of the weakest parts of my drawing is definitely drawing claws and hands and legs and arms. I can never really make them look right, but I do try. I do keep practicing, so I do think I'll get a little bit better. So on the side of the arm, we're putting some spikes. So coming up, we have a spike there, and a spike there, right near the elbow. And that's going to be that all pretty much finished. Again, we're going to hint at some scales by doing some little triangles like that. Now we need to do his front leg, and the front leg is going to start from behind the body, and all we're going to do is start here. So I've gone in line with where this leg is because it needs to be in the same place. I've gone straight down to here, and I'm going to draw a little curved line straight down. Now this is going to go a little bit lower than the other leg, and then we're going to do another curved line. You need to try and make it roughly about the same thickness as that one, so you want the gap about the same as what this one is, because obviously they're on the same drawing. And at the bottom, we're kind of just going to make it like a triangle shape, because this is from a different angle. And we're going to add some claws on the bottom, so we're going to go one there, and one there. And then on this side, we're going to do like a little, almost like little diamonds. This one's kind of facing us. And that's all we're going to do for the one on that side. I think I might have made it a little bit too long, to be honest. It probably should have been a bit shorter, but I'm going to leave it now, and maybe we'll change it at the end. I'm not too worried. I guess I could have this one straight and this one bent, so we'll leave it. Right, we're going to move on to the back legs. Now the back legs are going to start at this end of the circle, and we're going to start here a little bit onto the body though, not up all the way up here, not all the way down at the bottom, just here. And we're going to go diagonally back, so we're going to aim back to the bottom of the page, and then when we get just off the body, we're going to go straight back, as if he's tucking his leg in. Perfect. I'm not happy with that. Let's try that again. Gone a little bit too. So we're going to go quite sharp down. Then we're going to go back like that. And then we're going to do the same here. Apart from we're not starting all the way up here. We're going to start down here. We're going to try and make the leg a little bit thicker than the arm. And we go down and we stop in line with the knee. And we go back like that. And the bottom, we just join up the bottom there. And then we're going to put a few claws on. One there, one there, one there. Again, I'm not too worried about the legs. I'm not brilliant at drawing legs, but I am trying to get better. I'm trying to work whether or not to work out if that should be further forwards. Difficult to tell. I think possibly should, but we won't worry too much. That's our first leg. Our second leg is going to just follow it, but from behind. So obviously it's not on this side. So we're going to start from where the belly is, and we're going to follow the leg like that until we get to here, and then we're just going to go up, because the rest of it will be hidden behind this foot. So forward, 1, 2. Make sure you can tell the two different legs. Probably a bit more. And again, we're going to hint at some scales on there. So they're going to be our two back legs. Not perfect, but I'm fairly happy with them. We could always come back and correct it at the end if we're not happy by the end. So we're going to put the sort of fins on now. So above this leg here is where this leg finishes. We're going to go up to here, and here he has like a fin. Now this fin is basically like a triangle, and it's sort of like another wing really. In fact, it's better called a wing fin. So from here we're going to aim away from the body, as if we're making a triangle here. So from here we're going to do a curved line away from the body, not too far, probably about there, and then we're going to start again from here, and we're going to do another one, another curved line like this, apart from it's going to end here instead, and then we're going to do another one that ends here, another one that ends here. So we're going to go from here, curved, and then stop there, and then we're going to start again here, curve, stop there, start again here, curve, stop there, and then we're going to do one more that goes just on the body. So it's going to start, curve, and stop there. I think I'm going to have to sharpen my pencil. You can see the tad blunt at the moment, but that's what we're aiming for. And then we're going to join them up with little curves. It's a little backwards curly curves pretty much. So the backwards C, like that. Joining all of them up. One there, one there, and then that last one there. And that's one of his extra sort of wings or fins, depending on what you want to call them. Now, between here and the back of the tail, there's a couple of little spikes, and they're basically just curved like this. One like that, 2, 3, 4, like that, coming down the ridge of the tail. And now when we get to the back of the tail, I haven't really left enough space here, which isn't brilliant, but at the back of this tail, there's again another sort of fin, or almost like a wing, and it starts here, and we need to go to aim here, so we're going to go diagonally away from it, like that, and a line like that, and then we're going to do another one a little bit further along, and another one a little bit further along, like that, and then we're going to join them up in the same way we did this. So we're going to do a little curve like that. Fortunately, I can't show you the rest of that because I've not given enough space to myself. And then here it finishes, or this part here starts, and has like a little curve like that to set it up. So it's not quite the same as the others. Like that. So that's what the back of the tail looks like. Not sure whether or not I've actually left myself enough space to do these wings, but we will find out in a moment. I might just have to make them slightly thinner, or as if he's going a little bit faster and maybe dive bombing and not having them massively spread out. So the wings are going to start here. So where this circle was, we're going to start the wing here. And the way we're going to start it is we're going to aim diagonally across this way. We don't want to go all the way up to the top. We're going to aim for about here. So mine's going to go from here. It's going to curve first, and then I'm going to aim for here. So I'm going to curve it, and I'm going to go diagonally up, but still curving, and I'm going to stop there because if I go any further up, I'm going to run out of space to do my wing. Then from here, I'm going to head not straight back, I'm going to head back and up towards the top of the page, like this. Until I get to, I'm going to make it full, almost the full length of the page. I'm going to stop there. So you should have that nice curve coming up, and then here, we almost do a complete right angle. And we go straight across there, curving it over as we go. And that's going to be the top of where your wing is. Now, we don't keep it like that, we make it twice as thick. So we're going to do another line that follows it. Now you need to try and keep this thickness about the same. And it doesn't want to be too thick. You can see how I've only left a little gap there. So you're going to do that, and it's going to go all the way along here up to the top, but don't join up to this bit. This bit's quite tricky to do as well. It might take you a few attempts to get how you want it. And then from here, a bit like with the tail, we're going to aim for the tip of this wing, but it should get thinner and thinner until we get to the end. So I don't know whether you find it easy to start with the thin part or the thick part. I'm going to start with the thin part in this case and aim for there. So I'm going to start thin, thicker, thicker, until I join up with it. It's really not an easy thing to do, but the more you practice it, the better you're going to get at it. And that's going to be the top of my first wing. Now, the next part is fairly straightforward, and we're going to do that now. So we're going to start pretty much in this corner, not quite in the corner, we're going to go down a little bit to here. And we're going to do a curved line, so it's not going to be straight, it's going to be slightly curved. We're going to aim back here, but we need to leave a gap. We don't want to be all the way up here, we want to be back here, a bit like we've done here. So we're going to start here, and I'm going to go like that. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the page. Fortunately, like I said, I have run out of space in the wing, but we'll pretend like the rest of the wing will be over there somewhere. So you're going to do one line like that, and then you're going to do another one that starts ever so slightly lower, and it's going to aim down a little bit further, like that. Again, it's slightly curved and it doesn't want to go as far as this one because we're aiming in, because the wing's going to finish here, and then we have one more from this part here, so we go down a little bit further, making sure we're leaving a gap. I'm going to aim that there, and then our last line coming off the wing needs to be about halfway between here and the back. So I want to aim about here, maybe not quite halfway but not far off. There, and we're going to aim through the middle of this one and this one. So we're going to go across like that. And they're going to be kind of like the veins of the wing. I mean, I don't know whether my wings have bones in, but if they did, this is probably where they are. So we're now going to join them up in the same way that we've done this. So I can't see the end of this wing as we said before, so I'm going to have to guess that it goes like that. And then the next one, I'm going to join into here, like that. And then the next one, next one. And then I get to this bit here. Now, from here, we need to make a way of joining it to the body. So, what we're going to do is, imagine this is going to follow. So imagine you're following this curve until you get to the body, which is about here. So we're going to go to the edge of the back, and we're going to go onto the body a little bit, not too far, and I'm just going to do a little dot there so I can see it right there. And what I'm going to aim to do is do a curve to about here, and then another curve to here. So I'm going to go from there to there, and then from there to there. And that's going to join our wing onto the body. Just go over some of those lines. That's going to be one of our wings. I think maybe we could do another line like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe have that line there. If you don't like it, you don't have to put it on there. Not a problem. Now we need to do the back wing, which is ever so slightly different. So we're going to start roughly about the same place here, but we're going to go forward a little bit, and we're going to go curve up. We're going to curve up a lot sharper than we did on this one because it's at a different angle. So we're going to go up, and we're not going to go quite as high as this, up to there, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go diagonally back, and we're going to kind of follow this curve but a bit higher. So we've gone up to there, and we're going to follow that curve but not quite as high. Sorry, higher. Not quite as high. I'm talking rubbish now. Like that. I'm going to do the same thing, we're going to follow it to make it twice as thick. Like that, and the same up here. I can't quite see the end of my wing because it's well drawn. Let's see if I can change that. And you're going to do the same thing with the lines or the veins on the wing, depending on what to call them. I actually think that's in the wrong place. I think that's what it doesn't look quite right. And that one should be more like that. I'm a bit happy with that now, yeah. So they're all going to come out of the corner on this wing here. So we're going to go diagonally out like that. One, another one, two, another one, three. We're going to do the same thing. Come down to about here, because that's this one. And there, and I'm going to do that one more one that we did there. So that we've got the same amount, because wings should be symmetrical unless you're planning on making them battle damaged, which I guess you could if you'd like. And that is our other wing pretty much finished. We just need to go over it all and neaten it up. Now, I'm just seeing whether or not I think we've got anything else we need to add. Our leg further like that, and I would maybe put some more hints of scales on the body, and maybe on the arms as well, and this one probably should have had some spikes on it. These are all things you can add if you want to, but you don't have to add them. As I say, I think my legs probably should have been a bit further back, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm just going to go over it now in my black pen, just so you can get a little bit of a better idea of what it looks like at the end. Over it all with a really fine black felt tip pen, which you don't have to do. You can actually go over it with a different colour crayon, in which case you could then rub out the pencil. And I'm going to rub out the pencil now. I'm actually quite impressed with how it's turned out. It's turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to initially, which is good. So you can see that when I've gone over the lines with the pen, I've not gone over like planning lines, which are like circles here. The spine there you wouldn't see anymore because we've got a wing in the way. So and like here, the bottom of the belly here, you wouldn't see it behind the leg and the arm, which is why I haven't gone over them. It means that when I come in to rub out all these lines, it makes it look a little bit more 3D once we are finished. And as you can see, because I've drawn my lines softly, or as softly as I could, some of them I made mistakes with, it's a lot easier for me to now rub out our sort of planning lines or guidelines, what you want to call them. Get these ones up here. Hopefully you'll find it nice and easy to rub out any lines that you don't need anymore. Like I say, you don't have to go back over it with a felt tip or a fine liner or anything like that. It's just something that I like to do once I have finished a drawing before I have to colour it in or anything like that. And there we go, there's our finished toothless drawing. I'm pretty impressed with that, I've got to say. Don't think I'm going to colour this one in. Hopefully if I do go at drawing toothless, you'll end up with something that looks a little bit like this, or as usual, probably a little bit better than that. If you have had a go at it and you've coloured it in, or if you haven't coloured it in, I'd absolutely love to see it, so feel free to ask your parents to send me it on the dojo, and I could possibly put it in the next video if that happens, yeah. So, until next time, keep on crafting.